Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naisha if you're new here, and in today's video we're going to be ranking all the palettes that I've used in the past couple months. So these will be palettes that I either bought or received through subscription boxes in February, and I used through February and through March, and I'm going to rank them from 1 to, there's 7 of them, well, we'll go backwards from 7 to 1. So if you've seen my favorites video, which I'll link down below, you would already know what's number 1 and what's number 7. So we're really going to focus on the ones in between and what my opinion is on them. A lot of these palettes I've used on camera, on Instagram, off camera. I've used them several times, so I really understand how they work, how they perform, and why they may or may not work for me or you. Before we get into it, I just want to mention that with this look, I used my Makeup Geek Promise eyeshadow quad that I got in my Bijou Beauty box, the anniversary box. I will also link that video down below. This is my first time using Makeup Geek shadows. I'll talk more about this in my palette roundup for the next one, but this is the look that I came up with. It is a beautiful everyday bronzy look. Also, I'm wearing these Unscripted Beauty lashes. These are the lashes that were done by Crispy. I got them in my Boxy pop-up and they forgot to send them to me, and they finally did. These are the Level Up lashes and they are absolutely beautiful. Not as dramatic as Legendary, but they are just as stunning. I love them already. First time wearing them. Love them. Anyway, if you're interested in hearing how I ranked the palettes that I've used for the past couple of months, please keep on watching. I'm going to apologize in advance for all of the background noise. We're all at home under self-quarantine. I'm sure you are too. That's why you're here watching this video. So I'll apologize in advance for the kid noises, the TV noises, the train noises. We'll try to ignore all of that. Okay, so like I said, if you watched my favorites video, you already know what number 7 is. It is the, I don't even have it anymore, I decluttered it. It is the iconic London palette that we got in our February Boxy Charm. And I'll link that video down below where you can see my full-on opinion in it. The fact is, it was not good. Not good at all. I used it 3 times. I did a couple videos with it. The deepest color in there was this chocolate brown that was not chocolatey at all. I had to go in several times to build it up and build it and build it and build it. And then the shimmers, while they were fine, there was not a lot of variation in tones amongst them. They pretty much all looked the same. So for a $62 palette with so many shades, I think there were 16 shades, it really wasn't giving me a lot of variation, and the mattes were super powdery and did not show up on my skin tone at all. So that iconic London palette came in at number 7. Next at number 6 we have this Carroty Peach palette. There are 15 shadows in here. It also has a mirror. This is another one of the palettes that I picked up in Boxy pop-up. Beautiful peach colors. I used this, I would say, 3 times. Very neutral looks. So the reason why this is coming in at number 6 is because the mattes are pretty powdery and you really have to go in and build it up. This darkest color, which is sort of a browny purple, I wanted it to be a lot deeper than this. I really had to build this up in order for it to really show up on my skin. I'm probably still going to do a look with this because I wanted to recreate a look that I did when we were allowed to go out, and I went out for my friend's birthday dinner, and I did a really kind of peachy bronzy look with one of the Stila glitters, and I really like that. I will probably recreate that look as I get ready with me, so you can see exactly how this palette performed. It's not horrible. It's not as horrible as the iconic London one, but it just really was not up to the standards one of the other palettes that I like. And the mattes, you really have to go in and build them up. They're a little bit on the drier side and not as deep and yummy as I like, but if you work with it, you have a nice tacky base, take your time and you build the colors up, it does work. The shimmers are nice, but it is a peach palette, so there's not a lot of variation between a lot of the peaches. So a lot of the looks can look pretty similar. But I mean, it's a peach monochromatic palette. There's only so much you can get out of it. I did say that based on this palette, it will let me know if I wanted to try some more Carroty palettes. I'm still a little bit iffy. I know they are in CVS, and there is the Roses palette that has a bunch of, is also monochromatic, more pinky palette. Probably won't try that one. But there's another one I think is called Come As You Are that has some greens and like a neon, some deeper, darker colors. I might go ahead and try that one. Of course, once I get a coupon for CVS, I'll probably pick that one up and try that one out, and we will see together how good these Carroty palettes really are. Coming in hot at number 5, the Bretman Rock X Wet n Wild palette from the Jungle Rock collection. Here is the palette. It's a beautiful, colorful palette with lots of beautiful shimmers. So this palette is coming in at number 5 because I had issues with a couple of these colors. First of all, Anaconda, there's like barely any color to it. It seems very, very hard pressed. It is basically just like a blending color, something that you put in your crease and you have to build it up to get that color, or probably you would blend out this green with. You would blend out Venomous with. Venomous, by the way, is stunning. Look at how beautifully deep that is. So I don't know what went wrong with Anaconda. Maybe it's mine. I don't know. But no. And also the blue one just didn't give me as much pigment that I would like. It shows up, but this should have been, if you compare it to something like Big Peacock Energy right next to it, that has a lot of pigment, a lot of payoff, and a lot of shine. These two are night and day. Really shouldn't be in the same palette. So that's just my opinion. I wish it was much more deeper and yummier and juicier like this one. So those two colors were severely disappointing. Yeah, these pink and purple and orange mattes worked really, really well. This black is pretty nice too. It has some gold glitter in it. Didn't really show up when you use it, but it's a pretty nice black, especially for a drugstore palette and the price of it. But it is so messy. It keeps messing up the whole palette. You see like all this around here. And then, you know, there's a basic brown. Overall, is a pretty nice palette for the price. Just, you know, in the ranking of palettes that I have, because these two colors were so disappointing, those are the reasons why this one is coming in hot at number 5. Although the fact that it doesn't have a mirror, annoying, but for the price point, I'm okay with it. At number 4, we have the Colorpop Ooh La La monochromatic, pink monochromatic palette. It's one of their 9-pan palettes. Has this plastic packaging. There's a mirror to it. The layout might look a little different from what you guys know if you know this palette, if you've seen it before, because I dropped it. And all of these pans are magnetized and they all fell out. Luckily nothing broke, so I was able to just pop them back in, but I didn't go online to check to see where they were supposed to be. I just put them back in. So if it looks a little weird, that's why. I used this palette a couple times. I did a Valentine's look with it. I'll link that down below, and then I also wore it for actual Valentine's Day. And Colourpop eyeshadows are really, really good. They're one of my favorite pressed eyeshadows, so I really have no complaints about this. I like the variations of the different colors. I love the fact that there are deeper colors to deepen up the color with. There are a couple shimmers that are really, really nice on the lid. Really no complaints about this. Colourpop eyeshadows just really do a good job. Just the other palettes I have, I like them a lot more than I do this. It's a monochromatic palette, so obviously everything that you do is going to look pretty pink, so you have to like pink if you're going to buy this palette. But if you do love pink like I do, and it's a really, really affordable price. I got this, it's $12 and I got it on sale for around $9 something. They always have sales, and these little, I love a 9-pan palette. This is like the perfect size to me. So if you're interested in these kind of monochromatic palettes, I would say get it. I have a couple more, and I'm thinking of doing a video of, I think I have 5 of them, 5 looks with my monochromatic palettes. I'll probably do that, you know, in a couple weeks when I get around to it. But I'll probably do that because I really, really love these, and there are a couple of them that I have that I haven't even touched yet. and I really have to dig into these. I absolutely love Colourpop pressed shadows. So Colourpop Oh La La came in at number 4. Okay, and coming in at number 3 is my Lorella Cosmetics Sweet Valentine palette. Just like the packaging shows, it's a pinky purpley with pops of red palette. It is absolutely beautiful. It's sort of on the monochromatic side, but there's a little bit more variation. It's almost as if all of the colors in the Colourpop palette are in here with extras, with colors that deepen it up more, a little bit more on the purple side. Lorella Cosmetics is an indie brand, and this palette was $20. So for 16 shades, is a pretty decent size. 16 shades is $20. It doesn't have a mirror, I know, but it's fine. I could deal with it. What I really liked about this palette is, yes, it seems monochromatic, but because there are such deep shades and lighter shade variations, there is a plethora of looks that you can do with this, and you can do. Every time I look at this, I'm so inspired to do so many different looks. Also, what I love about the mattes is that they build on each other. I always say the way I like to do my makeup is I start with the lightest color and I get deeper and deeper until I get the smokiness on the outer V. And when I put a darker color, I want it to show up. I don't want the fact that there's another color down, that it doesn't build up. And these shadows do that. I go lightest and go all the way down to dark, and the darkest color still shows up and really smokes out the outer V. That's what I love about these shadows. What I also love about these shadows are their shimmers. Indie brands do shimmers so well. Just the sparkle and the shine on them is just so pretty and eye-catching. And they don't even need a base to really show up. Look at how sparkly. Oh, just that whole color combo there is so pretty. Super sparkly. They look beautiful on the lid. I used this a couple times. I did wet the shimmers, but as you can see, they don't need to be wet. They show up just beautifully if you use your finger. Really enjoyed this palette. Really excited I was able to try Lorella Cosmetics. I'm definitely going to try some more things. I gotta check on their website and see what other cool things they have. I might even try a mystery box, so more to come on that. But the Lorella Sweet Valentine palette came in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is the palette that actually surprised me the most. First of all, look at this packaging. How stunning with the holographics, and then we got SpongeBob and Patrick. So cute. It's a very hefty palette. It's very thick. And then it has a mirror, and then these absolutely beautiful colors. Oh, if I didn't say, it is the Hipdot Egg SpongeBob Bikini Bottom palette. Okay, so there are 15 shadows in here. There are 5 mattes and 10 shimmers. And I was actually very impressed. This is my first time trying Hipdot. Again, I picked this up in the Boxy pop-up, and I believe I paid $9 for it. It's originally $30-something. So I was really excited to try their formula. I just wanted to, try it out. And I was really impressed. These shimmers, these blues, these shimmers are absolutely stunning. I was really impressed by this matte red over here. The pigment is insane and it builds up so beautifully. And even this sort of yellow gold shimmer over here. Look at that. Oh my god. That is stunning. That is beautiful. My only problem with this palette is that the mattes, this is the darkest matte, this red, the mattes don't go deep enough again for the way that I like to do my makeup. Yes, I use shimmers in the crease all the time. I have no problem with it. So I can use these darker shimmers in the crease. That's not a problem. I just wished one of these was a matte. I think maybe this purple as a matte would have really done it for me. And then also, while these colors are super beautiful, I felt when I was looking at this, because of the lack of deeper mattes, I had a hard time kind of figuring out or thinking of different looks to do and how I wanted to use this palette. So it kind of made me think really hard, and I hate bringing in another palette. I like to pull out one palette, use it, get my look, and keep it moving. but these shadows are really exceptional. I really liked it. I am so excited to try some more Hipdot. I gotta check out and see what they have, and then see, you know, of course I gotta wait for a sale. That's just how I am. But I was really impressed with their formula. The packaging is really beautiful. I got this for $9, so you definitely can't beat that. I really enjoyed the shadows and the formula in here. So this is why the Hipdot Egg SpongeBob Bikini Bottom Palette came in at number 2. And then last but certainly not least, number 1 on my list of the palettes that I used the past couple of months is the ABH Ex Unreality palette. So if you saw my favorites video, the last video that I did, again I'll link it down below, you would see that I did a look with this as well, and that the video of the look will be on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, that's down below. This palette, I absolutely love this palette. I love ABH as a brand. I love the fact that they have so many mattes and they go deeper. They show up pretty well, they show up beautifully on my skin tone. They deepen up the look as they are expected to do. It really sticks on there, it shows up. Somebody's arguing. Somebody pissed her off. Also, what's different in this palette are the 2 glitters. I only tried out the Liddy glitter, which I really liked. I didn't have to use any glitter glue with it. It seems to be bronzy, but it also has some pink and purple shimmers in there, so it really does look beautiful on top of one of the bronzy shadows. And Barb is a duochrome, and this is definitely like indie brand quality, where it looks so shimmery and pretty much wet on your eyelid. It has a green shift to it. It's not showing up with best here. It's pink and it has sort of like a green shift to it. It is absolutely beautiful. I love this palette. I love ABH. I love the colors. The Rizzy and Leo, 2 of my favorites. So I think I've gone on and on about this palette enough. If you see my favorites, you see how much I love it. Check out the look on Instagram. And that's why my Rizzy palette, love the packaging too. You would think that glitter would be coming off on your hand, but it's not. Yeah, this is one of my babies, my number 1 of all the past few palettes that I've been using. Okay, so that's it. Those are all of the palettes that I picked up in February and used all through February and through the month of March. So I guess we can call it, you know, my March palettes. I'm working my way through a whole bunch of others right now, so next month I'll be able to give you another palette roundup. So what do you think? Have you used any of these palettes? Do you agree with my ranking? Do you think one should be higher or lower than the other? Let me know. Let's sound off in the comments down below. If you've made it to the end, please give this video a big thumbs up if you like these sort of palette ranking videos. And of course, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.